Skyshale 033. Subject: Candle Cove. Local kid show. Does anyone remember this kid show? It was called Candle Cove, and I must have been 6 or 7. I never found reference to it anywhere, so I think it was on a local station around 1971 or 1972. I lived in Ironton at the time. I don't remember which station, but I do remember it was on at a weird time, like 4 p.m. Mike Painter, 65. Subject: Candle Cove. Local kids show. It seems really familiar to me. I grew up outside of Ashland and was 6 years old in 72. Candle Cove. Was it about pirates? I remember a pirate marionette at the mouth of a cave talking to a little girl. Skyshale 033. Subject: Candle Cove. Local kids show. Yes, okay, I'm not crazy. I remember Pirate Percy. I was always kind of scared of him. He looked like he was built from parts of other dolls. Real low budget. His head was an old baby doll. Looked like an antique that didn't belong on the body. I don't remember what station this was. I don't think it was WTSF, though. Jaren, 2005. Subject: Candle Cove. Local kids show. Sorry to resurrect this old thread, but I know exactly what show you mean, Skyshale. I think Candle Cove ran for only a couple months in 71, not 72. I was 12, and I watched it a few times with my brother. It was Channel 58, whatever station that was. My mom would let me switch to it after the news. Let me see what I remember. It took place in Candle Cove. It was about a little girl who imagined herself being friends with pirates. The pirate ship was called the Laughingstock, and Pirate Percy wasn't a very good pirate because he got scared too easily. And there was music playing. Don't remember the girls' names. Janice or Jade or something. I think it was Janice. Skyshale 033. Subject: Candle Cove. Local kids show. Thank you, Jaren. Memories flooded back when you mentioned the Laughingstock in Channel 58. I remember the bow of the ship was a wooden smiling face with the lower jaw submerged. It looked like it was swallowing the sea, and it had an awful Edwin voice and laugh. I especially remember how jarring it was when they switched from wooden plastic model to the foam puppet version of the head that talked. Mike Painter, 65. Subject: Candle Cove. Local kids show. Huh, I remember now too. Do you remember this part of Skyshale? You have to go inside. Skyshale 033. Subject: Candle Cove. Local kids show. Mike, I got chill reading that. Yes, I remember. That's what the ship always told Percy when there was some spooky place she had to go in, like a cave or a dark room where the treasure was. And the camera would push in on the Laughingstock's face with each pause. You have to go inside. Inside, with the two eyes askew and the flopping foam jaw in the fishing line that opened and closed it. Ugh! It just looked so cheap and awful. Do you guys remember the villain? He had a face that was a handlebar mustache above really tall narrow teeth. Kevin Hart. Subject: Candle Cove. Local kids show. I honestly thought the villain was Pirate Percy. I was about 5 when the show was on. Nightmare Fuel. Jaren, 2005. Subject: Candle Cove. Local kids show. This wasn't the villain, the puppet with the mustache. That was the villain's sidekick. Horace Horrible. He had a monocle too, but it was on the top of his mustache. But it was on top with the mustache. I used to think that meant he had only one eye. But yeah, the villain was another marionette, the Skin Taker. I can't believe they let us watch back then. Kevin Hart, subject, Candle Cove, local kid show. Jesus Christ, the Skin Taker? What kind of kid shows were we watching? I seriously could not look at the screen when the Skin Taker showed up. He just descended out of nowhere on his strings, just a dirty skeleton, wearing the brown top hat and cape, and his glasses that were too big for his skull. Christ almighty. Sky Shale 033, subject Candle Cove, local kid show. Wasn't his top hat and cloak all sewn up crazily? Was that supposed to be the children's skin? Mike Painter 65, subject Candle Cove, local kid show. Yeah, I remember his mouth didn't open and close. His jaw just slid back and forth. I remember the little girl said, "Why is your mouth move like that?" The Skin Taker didn't look at the girl, but at the camera and said, "To grind your skin." Sky Shale 033. Subject Candle Cove, local kid show. I'm so relieved that other people remember. Also, a bad dream I had where the opening jingle ended, the shadow faded into black, and all the characters were there. But the camera was just cutting to each of their faces, and they were just screaming, and the puppets and marionettes were flailing spastically, and just so screaming and screaming. The girl was just moaning and crying, like she had been through hours of this. I woke up many times from the nightmare. I used to wet the bed when I had it. Kevin Hart, subject Candle Cove, local kid show. I don't think that was a dream. I remember that. I remember that was an episode. Sky Shale, subject Candle Cove, local kid show. No, not possible. There was no plot or anything. I mean, literally, just standing in place, crying and screaming for the whole show. Kevin Hart, subject Candle Cove, local kid show. Maybe I'm manufacturing this memory because you said that, but I swear to God, I remember seeing what you described. They just screamed. Jaren 2005, subject Candle Cove, local kid show. Oh God, yes. The little girl, Janice, I remember seeing her shake, and Skin Taker screaming through his gnashing skin, his jaw careening so wildly I thought it would come off the wire hinge. I turned it off, and that was the last time I watched it. I ran to my brother, and we didn't have the courage to turn it back on. Mike Painter 65, subject Candle Cove, local kid show. I visit my mom today at the nursing home. I asked her about when I was little, in the early 70s, when I was 8 or 9, and she remembered a kid's show, Candle Cove. She said she was surprised I could remember that, and I asked why, and she said, because I used to think it was so strange that you said, "I'm gonna watch Candle Cove, Mom," and then you would tune the TV to static and just watch dead air for 30 minutes. You had a big imagination with your little pirate show.